1. Hello everyone, this is Strong Lead Hook and Grizzy coming at you with something a little different. We've got Black Myth Wukong and Lords of the Fallen. Grizz, how you doing?
I'm good, everybody. I am in chapter 3, and I'm pretty far into it. This should be some of the end chapter material. It should be pretty fun.
You've probably seen the video that we released, and it was a bit of a rant about PoE 2. You can consider this my formal announcement. Yeah, I just can't do it. They know, the devs know, the player base knows that the game is riddled with issues, and man, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't support it. Like, you want your player base to gas up your game, but and then you turn around and shit in their hands. The player base asks you for things, and you just take a big old shit in their hands. That's not okay, man. Like, that is not cool. Like, definitely not okay in the slightest. And the devs, they know what they're doing. They absolutely know that they're doing it. But yeah, Lords of the Fallen. So there, and that is so ironic how you've got one company, right, Hexworks and CI Games. Their game was released, Lords of the Fallen, and it was not received very well. As a matter of fact, it was received pretty poorly. They continue to work on this game and improve it to where now Lords of the Fallen can stand next to the other Souls games. Right? Is it the best Souls game now? No. But this game came out in 2023. It is now 2025, and they are re-releasing a practically a remaster of the game. GGG has been around since PoE 1. They really sat around in their meeting and said, this is the kind of game we're going to make. We are going to punish the player. We got to minimize the amount of fun, right? And we are going to try to be the Dark Souls of ARPGs. And it is just not happening. It's not happening. But I don't want to continue to talk more about it. It's just negativity, and I already did that rant in that other video, on top of which I'm playing Lords of the Fallen.
Didn't know they re-released Lords of the Fallen. When I played it, I thought it was a good game. There were a couple things I didn't. I enjoyed the.
Yeah, it's like I was kind of negative about Lords of the Fallen. I was only playing it because I had nothing else to play. And then I started playing it, and I was like, holy shit, this game is pretty good. Versus other games I've played that were a huge letdown. Not naming any names, but, not naming any names, but the games you expect to be really good turn out to be really shitty. And the games that you didn't expect to be good turn out to be really good.
It does happen. Played the original Lord.
You would think that after being a game developer for a long time, you would know how to make fun games. But I guess that isn't the case.
I think that's what I think people do. They make these great games and then they go and they really mess with the formula, thinking they gotta change something, and oftentimes it's not for the best.
Sometimes I almost want to say it's just for the sake of making more money. But then you try to think about it. You try to think about, okay, how is this making you more money? So not only did you release a terrible game, but your business plan to make a profit is terrible too. So it's like, why did you do that? You made a shitty product and you didn't even do it for the money. You just did it just to do it. Lords of the Fallen is one of those games. It's not as challenging as the other Souls games. However, it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. It's not... It's hard but fair. Right, the game has its difficulty, but the difficulty is built in the game, not in the mechanics of the game. Fundamentally, the game was gonna succeed, right? Because the issues with the game was in the periphery. At its fundamental core, the game was meant to be fun. I've seen one too many games, and it seems like their sole purpose is to frustrate their... They confuse challenge for frustration. He said, how do we make a challenging, fun game? And the way they go about it, it just ends up being frustrating. What they end up coming up with, the mechanic that they introduce, is just highly demoralizing. You're not motivated to take on the challenge. It discourages you from playing. They improved on the mechanics of this game. It's been a while since I played it, but it feels really good. It feels really good so far. I mean, it was already good before, so I have no doubt that it will still be good. So this is gonna be a scripted fight. I don't think I'm gonna try to fight him. This is good practice, but
it is possible to beat him.
I know, but you don't get one of the endings. Even though I've already got all the endings. I'm not interested in beating him. Damn it.
Give me that ram.
Oh, I keep missing.
Give me that ram. Disappointing.
Anytime I've beaten this guy, I've always used like a poison build / perfect guard. I always perfect guarded his ass and parried him. For this playthrough, we're gonna go for the longest ending, I guess. The hardest ending.
I was saying they did a great job with Wizard of Fallen. I really enjoyed the game. You're never going to get a perfect game, and for me, a perfect game is just a game I can really enjoy and play.
Yeah, the game was excellent. I have no complaints.
Here.
No complaints about it.
Oh, turn the mic on for a second. Little ones,
I
it
got you.
should be quiet.
I actually do not know how to do that, but that's okay. I'm just gonna leave it. It's all good. It's no problem. I hope there's this item in the game that removes weight and stat requirements on an item. I was hoping they've changed that and actually give us more than one. Take me a little bit to get hot on the controls. See, that's what I like about this game. You can use both items at the same time. You can use two rings at the same time. I mean, for me, I like to increase my defenses. That's what I like to increase. As far as like offense is concerned, I'm not that concerned about it. I will be right back, everybody.
Same here as far as voice goes. All right, I think I'm back. Yeah.
For the audience out there, when you hear that sound, that is the sound of life. That is the sound of a miracle.
Oh yeah, that diaper was a miracle. Yeah, she's good though. She lets you know what's up if like that I need, and I'll stop crying. That works for me.
Pretty simple stuff. Nothing complicated, you know.
So far, I'm sure it's coming.
To the crypt! Fall back! Fall back!
No, wait! Where are you going? Help us!
All right, we gotta change.
That was.
This is probably one of the few games that, one of the few Souls-likes where the ranged combat is really viable. Like you could really get through the whole game with bows and arrows if you wanted to.
Yeah, it does give you a different way to play, just to have fun in a different style of play. The Elden Ring, I'm sure if you really wanted to, you could make it through with a bow, but it wouldn't be fun. Like you could do most of the game, but when it comes to the bosses, you try to use a bow on the bosses, you're gonna have a hard time most of the time. I guess you already have a hard time most of the time.
Yeah, I've seen people do it with like a bow and arrow the whole time, but it's not fun. The biggest complaint when this game came out was the lock-on system. And then
Yep.
they changed up the lock-on. They changed it up to where it's better. But when I started playing the game, they had already made the changes. But I had gone back. I had gone back to the old lock-on system. I thought it was good for me, I guess.
Now, the problem was you would lock on to an enemy and it would change to other enemies without you changing it. That was one of the biggest problems. And you could mess with the settings, but it just tended to make it worse. It didn't help improve it.
No, I mean, by the yeah, they
What?
changed it. They changed the lock-on to where now
Yeah, I had heard they did.
people are happy about it now.
Hey, that to me, that sounds like they actually listen to the people. That's what you should do.
Yeah. You think that was common sense?
I mean, if I'm trying to fight a boss and I can't lock onto a boss because the little enemies are around and it keeps taking the lock off the main guy, that's ugh. And I think the philosophy was to have it change targets to always be targeting the one closest to you. So you would be attacking the closest target. But it just sucked. Because now you're trying to defeat an enemy and you got the targeting system changing on you automatically, and that just... I'm glad they fixed it. I'll tell you that. I'm glad they fixed it. Got it. Here.
Oh, and by the way, we're playing on New Game Plus 3. I'm not starting over. This is one of those games where the New Game Plus is really fun.
Why you say that? Something different?
Number one, the magic, the ranged combat, especially the magic is really good. I think so. And you know, some of that stuff you don't get until you're towards the end of the game. The move sets are the same for every weapon class, which people don't like. I like it. I like having the same move set for like the same move set for every weapon class, but just different weapons. And once you get all the other weapons, and you of course you can just mix and match.
I agree with that to some degree. Special attacks where I might vary on that as far as the same moveset, but if a weapon has a special attack, I would be want separation right there.
Oh yeah, this game did not have weapon arts. Only some weapons had weapon arts, like a special move. I do remember
Yeah,
that.
I realize a lot of Souls-like games are like that. Even uh, Dark Souls, like I think it was Dark Souls 3 that you finally really started seeing weapon arts be consistent.
I've got Dark Souls 2. I just haven't played it yet, which I am. I will. I will. Play
It's
it.
people still love it, but it's the easiest of the three.
Some of the videos I've seen about it, people are saying it's the hardest. I don't know if that's true. Is that
No,
true?
those
Is it the easiest?
no,
Is it
no,
the hardest?
it's the easiest. It's the easiest by a long shot. It's not even close. It's it's still hard gimmicks about it, but it is the easiest. Not like I don't know who these people are that are saying it's the
I'm gonna have to give it a shot then. I did hear
yeah.
that the double wielding, dual wielding is really good.
Oh, I don't know about that. I would have to.
That's something that people liked a whole lot was the dual wielding.
And it's still not by any means like an easy game. It's just out of the Souls games, it's the easiest because they went out of their that's probably what people would say is you have to get out of your Souls comfort zone. You're going to play the games a different way because of the way it was designed. But they caught a lot of flack for that. So in Dark Souls 3, they went right back to what they knew, their bread and butter. And that's like one of the things I was telling you is that if it's not broke, don't fix it. If that's what
Right,
makes you money,
right.
all these people
People
want to be
did.
innovative and do new things. Final Fantasy did that, right? Like they were at the height when they made Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. And then in 10 was really great too. But then Final Fantasy 12, 13, 15, the others are MMOs. They really suffered from not being true RPG turn-based games where they were trying to get innovative. They didn't need to do that. The people liked what they liked.
What I see memes about that all the time. Like
Do you
how the
think of
old The old ones used to be really good, and then the newer it got, the shittier it got.
Yeah, just like
Did
look, man, people still like turn-based games.
what was the most recent one?
Oh, 15. Well, Final Fantasy 7 remake, but 15 is the most recent. No, 16. 16. I'm sorry.
They came out around the same time, right? The 7 remake
The
and
Final Fantasy 7 remake came out the same year as a 16, but Final Fantasy 16 had been being worked on for a long time. And I liked 16, but it was still gimmicky. It was a one-time playthrough good. Now, what they
and
did with the Final Fantasy 7 remake and are still doing, they as far as a act-style turn-based RPG for as much as it can be, they've done a great job.
the people
So
that
I guess if you get it,
the people that made Neo 2, they made a Souls like Final Fantasy. Or I guess what passes for Souls like with Team Ninja, the Ninja Gaiden
oh
people.
yeah, Ninja Gaiden, it's pretty. I enjoyed it. They got a new Ninja Gaiden coming out this year.
Didn't they just come
Out
out
of
with
nowhere,
one?
they just no, they just re-released the second one, the second 3D one.
Did they do anything different? Did they remake it?
Uh, Guessing they updated the graphics is all I think they did, but they actually there's a thing with the second one. The original second one was really great, but then they remastered the second one and it was messed up. It was just like you have to go look at it. So apparently this one they just re-released is like the original, and that's pretty great.
So they remastered it twice. Is that the case? Is that what happened?
I guess you could say that.
I've never played any of the Ninja Gaiden games.
Oh, I mean, for a button masher action game, it's pretty great. It was.
Do you know when
It,
when it's coming out?
August or October, if I remember right. It's coming out. But as far as I know, it's ready. They're just in the polishing stages.
All right, everyone, we are gonna fight a boss. She should not be a problem. Should not be is the key word there. What I really liked about this game was how they did the fire build, the inferno builds, and that's mainly what I'm gonna be working towards because I've already upgraded everything else. So I'm gonna be working towards their fire build. I had to change it towards the end because there was just this one boss I couldn't beat. I couldn't get past him, so I had to respec, do a holy build, and I just stuck with it. No
Talking
summons.
about Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah.
Oh, holy Aureus, by your radiance,
But yeah, man,
grant
Neo
me
2
the
people,
strength
they
to
came out
continue to endure these dark
with a
days,
Souls-like.
to lay bare the path to salvation for my wayward
Speaking of
brothers
Neo
and
2, I gotta
sisters,
get back into that.
so we may walk it together, and to strike down all those who
We are
would
gonna watch
see
the
our will
cutscenes.
defied. Even as our suffering continued, I
Yeah,
honored
I'm a
my
fan of
pledge of
cutscenes.
patience to the exactor. And yet you now appear before me,
I
a
like cutscenes
stranger,
better than watching on my video.
bearing what was not yours to receive. A betrayal made flesh, and one I cannot brook.
We gon' perfect guard your ass.
I just stall from it.
You know, perfect guard that or something. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's go. Haha. They made the sword swings faster with this game. That's one of the reasons why I like this game so much. The reason why I got so hooked was when you hit your hits, your sword swings or whatever, it feels like it's got some weight to it. Actually feels like you're hitting somebody. You know what I'm saying? Elden
Yep.
Ring didn't even have that feel where like you hit somebody and it feels like you actually hit them.
That.
I hope they come out with a DLC for this game. I know they're coming out with a second one. I don't know if you heard about that. They're
Neo?
no, Lords of the Fallen. They're gonna do a second
Oh,
one.
well, you know, technically that is the second one.
No, I guess it'd
First
be
one
the
came
third
out in
one.
like 2010 or 2011. I played it. I knew about this game.
I
This
guess
this
it
was
would be
essentially they couldn't decide if it was a remake of that game or a prequel. I still don't know what it was.
well, the lore would indicate that it's a sequel, but they're supposed to be
I
like a reboot.
yeah. Yep. You're right.
I guess it would be a little bit of both. Because the lore is connected to the first one. Like there's characters from the first one in this one.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, that sounds right.
Welcome, Dark Crusader.
I had no doubt in my assessment of you, as one worthy of the monumental task which lies before us, Crusader. My name is Dunmire, the Holy Order, the Church of Orient, the duty of and ensuring the ancient. While the schism that she and her hallowed did at least, but now it is to these use the Umbra and deliver salvation. Rogar, the Aureus Mercy. You serve a higher purpose, Crusader.
There's other side quests in this game that I have not completed, so I would like to do that. They are not stingy with the souls in this game to get you to level up. They are definitely not stingy about it, and they reward players for actually completing a challenge. And
Yeah, and that does matter because even with Elden Ring, you get tired. Sometimes you're just like, can I just level up? Uh, like I have a cheat to level. Okay with that, but spending hours and hours of grinding just to level up. Sometimes it's just like, man, I'm ready to get leveled up. All I'm doing is hitting the same enemy
over and over.
Yeah, and I do like farming, but
I keep double of everything just in case I want to dual wield. So I'm gonna rid some of this excess stuff I have here. Plus, it's not like we have a whole lot of time left, so. You know what? I can do this off stream. I'm not gonna do this right now. Let's continue. Okay, what do we... Vitality... Infernal, yep, let's do that. Since I'm gonna be doing a fire build.
So you ain't given that land yet now? Well,
you have to talk
I'm
to this
starting
guy.
a group of against them. We made of whatever the cost to ourselves.
Do have to talk to these guys before
And to
we
think
walk
when all
out.
to deliver, forgive. I'm Pieta, so well contained. Should you bring them to the beacon, and a dear fellow chose. Our holy work continues. Let Aureus's will be done.
I don't think we have to talk to this guy. You know what? I do think we have to.
Only then, chosen bearer of the until her embrace. chosen bearer of the lamp. Like you, I serve. Until her embrace.
Look at you. Aren't you the multifaceted? We tend to see an aureus snuff. Anyway, you don't see. We set ourselves.
That lamb, but then... snide out for both our sakes. But if in doubt, how much as he might think of it. But if in doubt, how much as he might think of it.
I was hoping that these guys would have a bigger part to play in these games, but they really don't. Some of the NPCs in this game, I thought that they would have a bigger part to play, but they don't.
Yeah, one of the things Elden Ring really does great, not just Dark Souls, they they do a great job with their, whether they're short or long, they try to do side quests. I mean, you gotta figure out the damn side quests.
Isn't it? Not a use like the one I've learned about that. I hope you recognize truth. Of course, my name, but far more than has proven by. That's right. We defied only to be betrayed. So you'll while and give me the lamp. No? It saddens me. I hope you see sense.
Damn it. Okay, we gotta reset the level.
Careful. If you're the hell who's crossed all I want, but they deem what's a poor I gave, but I know it's a harsh, but a tree that doesn't.
Still got Neo 2 controls.
That's what happened when I started playing this. About mashing L buttons. The back button is the square and triangle. Elden Ring is the R1. 2 button. That's the sprint. I keep on trying to. Well, I'm pretty good now, but took a bad day.
Hello, sentinels. Most blessed representatives of the Holy Judge Cleric. My soul soars to see.
Hold your tongue, pilgrim. And on your feet. You are on sacred ground. And we are yet to see whether you are deserving of that honor.
I assure you, I have dedicated my life to the teachings of Judge Cleric. My faith in her and her divine works is boundless.
Pray it is. For our Immaculate Lady's light will lay bare the truth. And in radiance, there is judgment.
There's one ending to this that I thought was very, very interesting.
Yeah?
Basically, there's 3 endings to this game. It's, well, I'm not gonna spoil them for you guys. But it's pretty good. The story in this game was actually pretty good. You can tell they put some thought into it. I have to practice my parrying if I wanna fight the bosses or beat the bosses. And just so you guys know, the games I'm looking at to play is Blasphemous 2 and the Ender Lilies series. Can't remember if the Ender Lilies games, if they're I know they're 2D and they're Metroidvania type games. I just can't remember if they're actual Souls-likes. I just can't remember.
What is the name of something?
It's they're called it's the Ender series. They've come out with 2 games so far. The games that I just named are 2D. They're 2D. They're side scroll.
Oh, okay.
Why am I
That's super. I like some
glue?
science. I don't know those stuff.
Glowing blue. What is that? Alright, we got about a couple minutes left, everybody. And once again, thanks for listening to the rant. I don't know if I'm done ranting yet. I don't think I am. You're gonna hear more about it from me. And I'm actually gonna do just a video with, and it'll be just me getting some things off my chest. Basically just another rant about PoE 2. I try not to be negative about things. I really don't want to. I felt like I gave it a fair shot. And I don't see it. I just do not see where the success lies in the game. You know, maybe I'm alone in that. But I've heard a couple of other content creators say the same thing. It's like it's gonna be very hard for that game to come back to where it was. And all of that happened just from one patch upgrade. And if that's the climate and that's the culture with that company, it's gonna be hard to visualize how the game is gonna succeed. Simply based on what you've seen so far. But it could just be me. I hope it's just me. I really do. Because I want the game to be successful. I had really high hopes about it. But yeah, with that being said, thank you to everyone. Thanks for stopping by. My internet just cut off. I don't know what in the world happened there. But stay tuned for next time. Thanks for stopping by. And y'all have a good night.